I'm back, man. I'm back. It's been a crazy 24 hours, man. Y'all tap in with me. Welcome to Top Flight TV. It's your host, Mr. Top Flight. Big Flight. Mr. Top Flight Films. We in the building today, man. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. Hey, man, look, check me out on Instagram. It's Top Flight Official. Top Flight underscore official. Go ahead, hit me up on IG. Peep some of the new stuff I got coming out because it's coming. All right, so y'all see the title, man. We got a lot going on, man. My man just got on his private jet, man. The nigga got on a private jet and said peace. Like youngin, he got on the private jet and took off. Uh, if y'all know me, y'all know I'm not happy about what's going on. And everybody's not going to agree with my stance. Everybody's not going to agree with my take on this, right? But the thing is, like I said, if that man touched some kids, lock him up. If that man, whatever he did, allow him to be charged accordingly. I'm not defending none of that behavior, no chomo behavior. You understand? Uh, but at the same time, this looks like a witch hunt to me, man. This looks like this. I want to know. Let me say this. Maybe there's something that we all don't know. All right, and I'm open to understanding that I don't know everything about the case. I don't know everything about why they ran in his house. Maybe, just maybe, there's something that we don't know. The public doesn't know. So I will keep that at the forefront. But the first thing that comes to my head when I see these things is I see Bill Cosby. I see Michael Jackson. Do y'all remember when they came and got Michael Jackson? Do y'all remember when Michael Jackson had those cases? Do y'all remember when Michael Jackson had these allegations against him? They came and got Michael. They put him all on the news, right? It was everywhere. Wacko Jacko. You couldn't walk into a grocery store without seeing Michael Jackson, our hero, right, on a newspaper with smut on his name, right? He was going to court. He had people coming and accusing him of doing what they said he did. I don't want to say those words on YouTube, right? So it was the same thing. They went in the house, same optics. Everything looked the same, right? Went to court. Matter of fact, before he went to court, he settled out. It's the same thing, bruh. Same thing as what we're witnessing right now. And I'm not saying innocent or guilty, Puff Daddy, but what I see when I see the stuff on the news and I'm hearing all the stories, I'm seeing the same thing. Mike Jack settled out, paid millions to some alleged victims, went to court. Michael Jackson went to court. He beat those charges twice. He beat the charges twice, family. Now, not only did he beat the charges, people have came out and said, Nick Carter, Aaron Carter, one of the two, Aaron Carter came out and said, the feds tried to get me to say Michael Jackson touched me. This is what, go look on Aaron Carter, look up Aaron Carter on Vlad. When he tells you about how he hopped in the limousine, his mother and the feds were in the car. His mother said, tell him, Aaron, tell him about what Mike did. And Aaron was like, what? Did what? They tried to get the boy to say that Michael Jackson touched him inappropriately. So it's a lot of people upset with me because of my stance. But the thing is, we've already seen this before. We've seen big cases like this being televised, being sensationalized. We've already saw this. We saw Bill Cosby get locked up, right? And they had to let him out. It wasn't a technicality why they let him out. They did him wrong. They did Bill Cosby wrong. Back to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson settled out some millions to try to make it go for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe his lawyer advised him. Maybe he wanted to keep it any accusations on the low just because it's a bad look. Because we know that when we're accused of something, it doesn't matter if we did it or not. It's a bad look, right? So as soon as he settled out, next thing you know what happened? More accusations came. So the fact is, we've had people admit that the feds tried to set them up, tried to set Michael Jackson up, right? So when I see this case, I see the same formula. It's the same formula, dog. And I'm not saying Diddy is guilty or innocent. You understand? I'm sure he's guilty of something. I want to know, how did this turn into a kid thing? Like, how did he become Puffy Epstein? How? I would love to know how, because Cassie didn't say nothing about no kids. Gene Dill has not said nothing about no kids. Mark Curry has not said nothing about no kids. Roger Bonds has not said nothing about no kids. These are the people closest to him that are telling everything. Why haven't they haven't said anything about no kids? But now, as of this week, they're talking about children. He's being equated. He's been lowered to the level of a Jeffrey Epstein. Y'all don't find that to be a little funny, dog? Y'all don't find that to be a little strange? Gene Dill would have definitely told us, the way Gene Dill likes to talk about Puffy, he would have definitely told us if there were some children involved, right? So, I'm looking at this thing sideways, man. I believe Puffy is guilty of probably womanizing. He's probably guilty of putting his hands on some women. He's probably guilty of doing some strange things in the bedroom. Did y'all see the pictures? There's a command center. There's a Homeland Security command center outside of his house. Family, there's a big gray. If y'all don't know what a command center is, it's like a big camper. Okay, it's a big old gray industrial camper outside of his Miami home. It's overkill, man. It's a lot of overkill going on, and it's a lot of coons out here. Pardon my language, YouTube. It's a lot of people out here that are not looking at this thing objectively. A lot of people hated Puff. I used to hate Puff, right? But a lot of people hate Puff, and a lot of people are happy that he is reaching his demise. He's rich, successful, and he dances. Nobody likes above somebody that's rich, black man that's rich, successful, and will dance in your face. Puffy will dance, and he'll literally start dancing in your face, dog. Who likes that? A lot of people don't like that. I learned to love it. I learned to love it throughout the years because he is one of our greats. Bill Cosby is one of our greats. Michael Jackson is one of our greats. R. Kelly is one of our greats. This is a fact, man. Prince was one of our greats, right? The list goes on. So I learned to love Puffy, man, because of his accomplishments. And I'm not personality worshiping. A lot of people, they comment under my videos. They don't even watch the whole video. And I ain't mad, whatever. But I don't personality worship. I respect his accomplishments. I respect how far he's came. He's had a very long career, and it takes a lot to stick around. It takes a lot to start in this era I mean, my man, dude came out in 91, somewhere around there, 91 to 2004, and you're still relevant. You understand? So I respect that aspect, and I respect our greats, and I don't just turn over our greats because somebody said something or his ex-girlfriend said something. How happy, right? Not all, but most. How happy were those FBI agents to rummage through that rich black man's home? How happy are these people right now? I know, not all, but we know they took great pleasure in going in his house, put the handcuffs on his children, throwing all this stuff on the floor. This rich Negro, right? I'm sure a lot of those agents took great pleasure in that, man. And again, let me stop and say this. If he did something with some kids, if he did something and he violated somebody, good for him. He needs to be persecuted to the third degree of the law, man. But I'm just trying to wrap maybe I'm in denial. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Where was Justin and the kids at where when this trafficking was going on, right? They saying it was underage people coming over. Did anybody stop to think maybe the sons had underage girls coming through there? Did anybody stop to think that for a minute? Because I'm sitting here looking at the scene. I'm like, all right, so Puffy, he's a major figure, right? He is a public figure. Would he be stupid enough? And he might have been. I'm not saying he wasn't, but he might have been stupid enough to actually participate in something like this, knowing that it's going to get out. I can't identify with that. You would think Puffy would be smarter than that, right? You got kids in the house. I'm sure his kids probably live with him. Not all of them. I think the girls live somewhere else, right? He got 2 daughters and 2 sons, 2 or 3 sons, right? But I know he doesn't live in that big mansion all by himself, either one of them. So I'm just looking at this thing, and maybe I am in kind of a denial and trying to figure out, wrap my head around how and why. But the thing is, I'm arguing with people on Facebook, and they're like, yeah, he's guilty. Guilty of what, dog? He hasn't been charged yet. This is the logic that I'm dealing with of people. This is how, and let me say this, man. A lot of these people I've been arguing with, they're not from America, okay? They're not foundational black American. And they couldn't wait to see Puffy, a foundational black American, lose everything, right? Because he's been dancing in our faces for 30 years. But what is he guilty of today? We don't know. We don't know what he did. Why are people saying he's guilty, dog? It's something called the Constitution out here. You understand? We have a Constitution. And yes, we know it doesn't apply to us all the time. But it says we're innocent until proven guilty. You got people running around here. You got people that look just like me and you running around here talking about Puffy's guilty, dog. What is he guilty of, man? There hasn't been any charges. There hasn't been any indictments, right? But you smart niggas, y'all so smart, y'all said he's guilty. They said they found his, they said his drug mule was recently arrested yesterday. Some guy that supposedly runs drugs or goes and fetches the drugs for him was caught at the Miami airport with some drugs on him. They said they don't know if it's connected with P-Diddy at the moment, but this is what's going on. Cuz hopped on his private jet. This is some wild shit, y'all. This is some wild shit. He sold Revolt. I forget, that's another thing. Today, he sold Revolt. I don't know if he sold it today, but the news came out today that he is no longer affiliated with Revolt. He sold his shares to an unknown black entrepreneur, an anonymous entrepreneur. Okay, they uh they reported that today. I'm sitting back thinking, man, the reason why I got a soft spot for this, right? And I'm not, again, it's not about personality. For one, it's about our people at the end of the day. We barely have shit, right? We barely have shit. We have, we are proud of our icons. We are proud of the people that have made a name for themselves and were successful. I can't speak for everybody because there's a lot of haters out there. I'm proud of the brothers and sisters that have rose to the so-called top. I'm proud of them, man. I was proud of Puffy. You understand? Um, but when I sit back and I think about the kids, right? I think about a brother. Right? I don't care. I don't give a fuck how nobody feel, dog. If you are taking what I'm saying and twisting it, that's on you. If you're listening to me closely, you'll understand what I'm saying to you. I'm sitting here thinking about a black man, Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, all the other names, you know the names, even R. Kelly, rising to the top, coming from wherever they came from, working hard, putting in work for their craft, and then losing everything. And R. Kelly lost everything. He had a lot of issues. He had a lot of psychological issues. And I'm gonna say it again. He's not incarcerated. R. Kelly's not incarcerated for the things that people think he's incarcerated for. They got R. Kelly on a RICO charge, dog. Do y'all understand these RICO charges? You can lock people up on a RICO charge. It doesn't take much to prosecute a RICO charge. Okay? Uh, the same thing they try to get Puffy with. The Mann Act, right? These charges they're so easy to get a conviction. They're so easy to get a search warrant. Man, another thing I've been hearing all day is when the feds got a case, they come. They don't come unless they got a case, man. Look here, they came to Michael Jackson's home. They had a case on Michael Jackson twice. They had 2 cases on Mike, yeah. And they lost, dog. They lost. So, again, a lot of what I'm saying is a lot of hatred, man. It's a lot of hatred going on. And, if Puffy violated somebody in some way, let him be charged the way he should be charged. Not this hyped up, over dramatized, 100 agents, command center, helicopters, all this extra shit. Let's not do that, man. And black folks, man, let's not encourage that. Because that could be your dumb ass. That could be your father, your brother, right? That's what that could be. So you up here encouraging it until something like that happened with you. It should be a learning lesson for everybody, man. When you get some money, you're gonna have to move real careful. You're gonna have to move like Denzel, man. Thank goodness they haven't touched Denzel. I rock with Denzel real heavy. I admire Denzel Washington, right? One thing I notice about him is he's not in the limelight. He's not putting his success. See, unfortunately, we have to be very discreet about our success. You can't be up 200 million, flashing, dancing, popping bottles. We have to get our 200 million. We gotta go home, right? We got to go home with our wife, and we got to just keep it on the low low, or else there'll be scandal. Somebody said this a long time ago, dog. Who said this? Man, I forgot. I don't know who said this, but they do not like when you are single and rich in Hollywood or in the music industry. They do not like that. That has saved Denzel Washington, the fact that he has a wife and he goes home and he's not out here mingling amongst other women, right? They don't like that. Hollywood doesn't like it. The powers that be in the music industry don't like it. You understand? So yeah, let this be a lesson to all the future millionaires and billionaires. Once you get up, man, you're going to be very careful. You're going to protect yourself at all times, because there's a great possibility they're going to come for you like they came for a lot of our other icons. You understand? So that's enough for me. Look here, man. You already know. Leave a comment in the comment section. Keep it respectful. Keep it intellectual. You know what I'm saying? Let's be intelligent about this. Let's use our brains. Let's not be emotional about this. You dig? But I'm gonna tap back in with y'all, man, as the story develops. Because there's more. They said my man is out in Antigua right now. There's gonna be more. Okay? So stay tuned. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all with some more information. Alright? Peace.